The 2020 Lamborghini Huracan EVO by Novitec. The Lamborghini Huracan EVO is one of those cars that arguably needs little to no improvement. It already packs a 5.2-liter V10 engine that produces 631 horsepower and 442 pound-feet of torque. It can split a 60 miles per hour time in just 2.9 seconds, and it peaks at a top speed of 201 miles per hour. Lamborghini set up the Huracan EVO to be a monster, but as we've seen over and over again, even the fiercest of monsters have levels that they can go up to. That job doesn't fall on Lamborghini, that falls on the shoulders of aftermarket tuners like Novitec. The Italian aftermarket company is known far and wide for its elaborate programs for Italy's finest exotics. It doesn't matter if it's a prancing horse or a raging bull, Novitec can build tuning programs like nobody's business. Take this kit for the aforementioned Huracan EVO, for example. It's not enough that the mighty Lambo is what it is, Novitec wants to make it better, and that's exactly what it did. From an aerodynamic body kit to a new set of wheels to an engine upgrade program, Novitec's aftermarket program for the Huracan EVO is as extensive as it gets. Exterior. What's the nature of Novitec's aerodynamic program for the Lamborghini Huracan EVO? There aren't that many tuners in the business as capable as Novitec in creating model-specific aerodynamic kits. The Italian tuners program for the Huracan EVO is loaded on this front, and, as you'd expect, the aerodynamic kit is made up of a host of panels and pieces that are in place to keep the Huracan EVO's weight down, as well as improve its overall driving characteristics. It feels a bit excessive, especially for a car that Lamborghini claims has 7 times the aero efficiency of its predecessor, the Huracan Performante. Mind you, Lamborghini already equipped the Huracan EVO with a new front spoiler, diffuser, and air curtain. There's also a new ducktail spoiler and a just-as-new rear diffuser, as well as a cleaner underbody and a repositioned exhaust with titanium intake valves. Aero panels for the Huracan EVO are available as part of the tuners program for the Italian supercar. A massive rear wing is also available, as is a rear diffuser. You can also ask Novitec to add a carbon fiber engine cover, front struts, mirror covers, and a trunk lid with air and ducts. The tuner even went as far as testing all of its aero parts in a wind tunnel to maximize efficiency. That's the kind of attention to detail you get from one of the best tuners in the business. The other important exterior upgrade is the set of wheels on the Lamborghini supercar. For this, the tuner is offering 3 different choices: NL1 forged, NL4 forged central locking, and NL4 central locking look. All sets are available in 20 and 21-inch sizes. From a vanity standpoint, the only contribution Novitec made in the Huracan EVO is a badge located near the engine cover at the back. Interior. How much work did Novitec put into the Huracan EVO's interior? Interior upgrades are pretty straightforward. Novitec is offering leather and Alcantara upholstery in whatever color your heart desires. That doesn't mean that you should just pick a random hue and call it a day. Pick a suitable color that adds more sophistication to an interior that's already sophisticated enough. Remember, this isn't your typical cabin. This is a Lamborghini Huracan EVO we're talking about. In many ways, Lamborghini designed this cabin with connectivity and integration in mind. The 8.4-inch touchscreen is the star of the show with its bespoke graphics, multi-finger gesture control, and a full readout for the LDVI. You can also score a dual-camera telemetry, though that comes as an option. If you're feeling particularly well off, you can score add-ons straight from Lamborghini through its ad personam customization division. That's the choice you can make when it comes to the Huracan EVO's interior. Ad personam exists for the specific purpose of customization, and it's a big reason tuners like Novitec don't get too overboard with their interior upgrades for models like the Huracan EVO. Powertrain. Are there any engine upgrades in Novitec's program for the Huracan EVO? The short answer is no, there aren't any engine upgrades to the Huracan EVO's mouth-watering 5.2-liter V10 engine. The unit still produces 631 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque. While that is a bit of a bummer, the Italian tuner is offering performance upgrades of another kind. One of these upgrades is a Formula One-derived lightweight stainless steel exhaust system. Carbon fiber tailpipes can also be purchased as an add-on to the aftermarket exhaust. On the suspension front, Novitec is offering a sport spring set that works in concert with the Huracan EVO's standard suspension, effectively lowering the supercar's ride height by 1.37 inches (35 millimeters). It doesn't look like much in the grand scheme of the Huracan EVO's profile, but the combination of the new lightweight exhaust with the carbon tailpipes and the sport spring set goes a long way in raising the performance ceiling of the mighty Lambo. It may not affect the Huracan EVO's acceleration time, it should still cover 60 miles per hour in 2.9 seconds, or its overall top speed, 201 miles per hour, but the kind of performance setup that Novitec is offering has profound effects on how the Huracan EVO drives. Pricing. Most tuners don't openly quote the price tags for their aftermarket programs. That said, these programs don't come cheap. That much is clear. A set of wheels alone can cost as much as $10,000 to $15,000 depending on the specific set that's chosen. If you're looking for an estimate, a Novitec aftermarket program of this ilk can set you back as much as $30,000 to $40,000. That, obviously, doesn't even include the price of the Lamborghini Huracan EVO, which starts at $212,000 for the RWD version and $268,000 for the AWD version. Final thoughts. When you're talking about a supercar of the Lamborghini Huracan EVO's ilk, there isn't a lot you can do with it to make it stand out more than it already does. That's a huge hat tip to Lamborghini, which developed the EVO intending to make it one of the most progressive supercars of its time. But even if that's the case, that doesn't mean that the Italian exotic doesn't need a few nips here and a few tucks there. That, in a lot of ways, is what Novitec is offering. The tuner isn't offering an elaborate program that seeks to reinvent the Huracan EVO. There's nothing to reinvent in the first place. But upgrades here and there won't hurt, and when these upgrades come from a tuner with the expertise of Novitec, then you have to take a serious look at them. Loved aero panels work well with the Huracan EVO's makeup. Wheel choices offer variety. Tuning program should make the Huracan EVO a ball of fun to drive. Leave it. No engine upgrades cost could be expensive. Does the Huracan EVO need it?
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.